Africa's retail banking revenue has been estimated to grow to $53 billion by 2022. The figure represents 41% of the total banking revenue in the region in the next 4 years. According to the 2018 African Banking Report recently released by McKinsey, the expected growth in revenue will come from South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, Morocco, Ghana, and Kenya. Similarly, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) also projected the economies of Nigeria and other sub-Saharan countries to grow by an average of 3.4% in 2018 from 2.8% in 2017. With all these projections, one major setback is the volume of money lost to other countries through illicit means, despite modalities put in place by financial institutions to put a stop to this trend. President Muhammadu Buhari's anti-corruption drive moved a notch higher as Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates, as well as other countries, signed an agreement on the recovery of assets and cash stashed away in other countries by Nigerians. For Alexander Ezenago, an international tax researcher, the issue of illicit financial flows differ from country to country, but for Nigeria, the issue of more legislation would go a long way in stalling the gains of illicit financial flows and further strengthening financial institutions in tracing the illegal movement of money within and outside the country.
Because illicit financial flows have its criminal component, which you would find under our criminal laws, but also it has its tax component, which you find under the tax regulations. However, there's this argument as to if tax avoidance should constitute illicit financial flows, and that might be where we don't necessarily have laws on ground to penalize people who are engaged in tax avoidance. But I think that the attitude is changing, and I think tax avoidance might be penalized in the near future as a criminal activity.
Part of it, of course, is corruption. And another thing is that weak legislation. Most of our laws are outdated to combat the current happenings in the financial business. Another thing, again, is the fact that we have within the system people who just make themselves available for corrupt practices. We have weak legislations, we have corrupt practices, and we have weak manpower as well, too. Sometimes when we are negotiating treaties, our people are not skilled enough to be able to negotiate with these multinationals so that they can get the best deal out of them. And so we keep having countries negotiating with us, doing business here, and shifting the profit to other regions where these monies are utilized for their own benefit.
With the world fast becoming a global village, it has become very easy to move funds from one place to another just by the push of a button. What is the role of the African Development Bank in checkmating the issues of funds diversion in West and Central African countries? These experts profile solutions.
Well, the first thing is that you have to have institutions, domestic institutions, that are staffed with very knowledgeable, competent hands that can help trace, and if you want to use the work of the high-level panel, track the funds that have been stocked out of the country. And that will enable you to know the destination country where these resources are parked, or this asset, the illegally acquired asset. And it is only then you can follow the process of recovery. So the process has to start first and foremost within your own domestic jurisdiction before you go to other foreign jurisdictions.
Issue in terms of losing funds, tax evasion. With most of we are a cash-based economy, and most of our people are doing these small enterprises where they are not contributing to the tax of the whole nation. So it is important from this conference that will gain other measures we can put in place as a country.
The effort is increasing all the time, the awareness, the public awareness, and frankly the attitude towards it. 2 decades ago, people may well have said, You know, they're a corrupt politician. It's their turn to take the money. It's acceptable. Now young people seeing the harm it causes their country, are seeing the damage it causes in respect of economic growth and also stability, and the fact that funds can be diverted and might not go and support the police or the military and so on. They're saying enough is enough.
It is widely believed that governments and non-governmental agencies, civil society groups, and indeed the entire populace of Nigeria supports the current drive against corruption in order to deepen the nation's external reserve, thereby providing employment opportunities for the country. In Abuja, Chimobi Walter Naji for Business 24.